Man has succeeded in taming some animals to serve as pets at home, such as dogs, cats, horses, even birds. They also use these pets to protect themselves against external forces or attacks. Like dogs can always sniff out evil when properly trained, it does a greater work. Likewise are other animals. A typical example of this is a local hunter and his dog that goes hunting with him to do the attacks, sniffing out enemy and also prey for his hunter. The use of animals to combat crime has been an age-long thing. In some countries, trained dogs go as far as detecting some diseases in humans. In some countries also, dolphins and sea dogs are used for rescue missions in the water, while cats are used to calm victims of trauma. Today we'll be discussing with the officer in charge of animal branch in the Nigerian police force on how the force has fared in the use of these animals to fight crime. You are welcome. It's Security Update, and I am Gloria Josiah, your host. Let's take our video of the week. Stay tuned.
Canines are known to be loyal, loving, hardworking, and intelligent creatures. Their bond with humans is so strong that many dogs will put their own lives at risk to protect the lives of humans. Dogs also have impeccable senses, which are not easily matched by other animals or any technology. When considering these canine facts, it's no wonder that they are not only man's best friend, but they're also frequently called upon to serve alongside firefighters, military men and women, as well as police officers. In this video, we've listed 10 ultimate police and military dog breeds. Number 10. Labrador Retriever. If there was an all-purpose dog, the Labrador Retriever, commonly known as the Lab, would be it. Labs are the most popular dogs because of their friendly and passive personality. They're ideal for law enforcement because they're highly obedient dogs. As a result, they're mainly trained for tracking. Labradors more than make up for it by helping the blind, tracking down bombs, and participating in search and rescues. According to Somerville Police Department, labs are generally used to detect explosives or narcotics by sniffing it out. Number 9. German Short-Haired Pointer. Friendly by nature, but extremely hardworking, the German Short-Haired is an ideal dog breed for law enforcement. But maybe just a little too friendly for the police force. Today, German Short-Haired Pointers are employed in special law enforcement organizations all over the world. They specialize in tracking illegal substances and are widely used in air transportation security, the TSA. You'll also find the GSP dogs working with detectives, tracking evidence at crime scenes. With their police-friendly temperaments, Airedales have served as police dogs in the British police force. Thanks to their high intelligence, exceptional nose, and tough, wiry coats, they were good canine candidates. Plus, they were easy to maintain. These dogs were specifically trained to attack those not in a police uniform. It eventually became a problem when police handlers were off duty. In addition, Airedale Terriers were fantastic war dogs for Great Britain during the First World War. They did all types of tasks, including scouting and carrying military supplies. Number 5. Doberman Pinscher. The Doberman Pinscher is a large muscular dog with a slim frame and cropped ears. They're known to be tenaciously loyal and obedient to their owners, which makes them such great guard dogs. They're also extremely intelligent dogs, coming in as the 5th most intelligent dog breed. With both the brains and brawn, it's a no-brainer why these dogs were once heavily used by the police force. Although the Doberman was once a popular canine breed, they're becoming less prevalent in canine police units. The reason is because they're much more costly to acquire than other police dogs similar in strength and intelligence. Number 4. Rottweiler. Rottweilers are such versatile dogs when it comes to serving its people. Known to be the ideal guard dog, a Rottie will love familiar people, but act cautious and alert around strangers. Make no mistake, they're confident and reliable dogs. Because of this, Rottweilers are currently used as guard dogs, police dogs, search and rescue, and military dogs. They simply do it all. With the U.S. military, Rottweilers have had a history of being premier messenger dogs. For both world wars, these dogs were sent from base to base to deliver urgent messages. Number 3. Bloodhound. The Bloodhound is not a dog breed you can easily imagine running with the likes of German Shepherds and Belgian Malinois. However, they do serve a very specific role for law enforcement, tracking people and narcotics. Their ability to segment a specific scent and follow it over a long distance make them such valuable dogs. In fact, bloodhounds arguably have the best nose in the dogdom. Their sense of smell is 1,000 times better than a human's. This breed was the very first to be commissioned by a police unit for their services. They've been working with police since 1889, when they were used to try to track down Jack the Ripper in London. Number 2. German Shepherd. German Shepherds are the third most intelligent dog breeds. Combined with an athletic body, large stature, muscular frame, and agile speed, they become the gold standard for police dogs. Not only do they have the remarkable physical gifts to be great police dogs, but they're highly trainable and immensely loyal. Plus, they can be aggressive when needed. These herding dogs are generally used in the police force's K9 unit. Their job consists of several duties. German Shepherds excel in search and rescue, missing or lost people, detecting drugs and/or explosives, crime scene investigations, or even chasing down people in high-stress criminal chases.
You are welcome back. If you're just joining us, a security update. To contribute or make inquiry, join us on our social media handles showing on the screen, and copy the numbers in case if you want to make contributions. Like I said, our guest for the week is no other person than AIG Dr. Aisha Abubakar. Is the officer in charge of the animal branch comprising of the veterinary, K9, and mounted troops of the Nigerian Police Force. And she is the first female officer to hold such position. Is a veterinary officer par excellence. She holds a PhD in veterinary epidemiology and presently the president of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. She holds a UNESCO award for women in science and National Productivity Order of Merit. Ma, you're welcome. This is Security Update.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, it's an interesting thing. We just want to know of what use are animals towards security and lives of properties. But before we go there, we just want you to give us a little bit insight on what is animal branch in the Nigerian Police Force.
Well, as you said, the first animal branch is one of the critical component of the Nigerian police in terms of operations. It is in the Department of Operations. The branch use animal for police duties. We all know that even in the pre-colonial eras, that animals were used like horses during times of wars. Kings and queens were carried on horses, and the warriors used horses for, during wars. So also dogs have been known to be the man's companion. They are also used as for protection, hunting. So they go for hunting and so many other things, and also herding. So for the Nigerian police, over time, we have used animals in the detection and prevention of crime. These animals, in fact, by a survey, it is known that one dog can do the work of about 50 policemen or a horse. You can believe me that a man on his horse standing, it's more scary than a man walking on foot, especially in times of crowd control and the rest. And we all know that the dog is a very intelligent animal. It has a very strong olfactory organs. That's the organ of smell. The dog smells over 1 million times more than man. So this natural instincts of dogs is being developed by the police. We train on these natural instincts so that we'll be able to use them to detect and prevent crime. Like we have sniff dogs, These are dogs that we train them to sniff objects, whatever you want the dog to sniff, like if it's drugs, illicit drugs, explosives, cadaver in case of homicide, currency in terms of money laundering, and so many ways, as well as patrol, tracking, so many other ways. For the horses are used for patrol of our borders, especially on motorable areas where vehicles cannot reach. We use these horses with the mounted men to patrol those very difficult terrains. And also in times of maybe in a riotous situation, so we use these horses to control crowd, and as well as the dogs. We also use them for ceremonies. I'm sure you must have seen them for presidential escort and the rest. So the horses and dogs are highly operational in the police duties.
Yes, like you said. So we want to know, apart from dogs and horses, which other animals can be used in guarding against crime or to protect home? Apart from dogs, and do we have any other? What
has been approved, what we have in Police Act and regulation is dogs, horses, and camels. The camelry unit in the police has not been developed so far. It has not been established, but it is there. We can use camels, especially for those areas in desert areas whereby they are very hardy animals. They can live for a very long time without water and the rest. But so far we have not really used them. We have not established the camelry units. I'm sure maybe in the future we might likely do that. But for now, what we are using is the horses and the dogs.
Now we want to ask, is there anything like poaching acts?
Poaching.
Yes, as in
yes, absolutely. Nigeria is signatory to the CITES. Okay. Yes. So of course, all those animals that are being under the CITES, they are being protected. They are endangered species. Of course, it's a serious offense for you to, especially elephants. Now in Nigeria, of course, like in South Africa, they have the rhinos also, which is subject to being poached. So there is the WCS that is working very hard at the Yankari Game Reserve, protecting the last surviving elephant population in Nigeria. So, and we know that we have been having a lot of challenges. So apart from that, also we have problem of bushmeats. A lot of people are destroying our wildlife for bushmeats. So it's also an offense. You know that there is the National Park Services, which they are the ones that are statutorily saddled with the responsibility of taking care or protecting the wildlife population in the country.
You talked about it. You know, in here you have a double honor on that because you are the president, Veterinary Council of Nigeria, and also the one in charge of police animal branch. So in enforcing the law towards that person, what's your department doing about it?
To be the president of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, as well as the AIG Force Animal Branch, it's just complementing each other, really, because all the laws that we have laws especially against quackery, that's illegal veterinary clinics and veterinary pharmacies. As the president of the council, we are working hard. Even before I became the president of the council, we have been working hand in hand with the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. I was once an elected member of the council, so I served one term as an elected member, and I know we have been partnering with the Veterinary Council from the police angle to fight quackery and fight illegal veterinary outfits in the country. Very soon, yesterday I just released the list of council committees that are supposed to look at all these issues, and we have a committee that is known as the Committee on Practice Premises. It has we've just inaugurated all the committees, and I'm very sure they are going to spring into action. In that committee, we have representative from the Nigerian Police, representative from the Nigerian Army, and representative from Civil Defense. So they are all going to put their heads together, and we are going to launch and strike very heavily on people that are operating, yes, illegal veterinary outfits and veterinary pharmacies. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. In other countries, we try to advance each and every day, and you made us to understand that the camel is also in Nigerian animals that are used for fighting crimes. But when you look at, in some countries, cats, trained cats, are used to calm down traumatized victims. Also, I think in America, dolphins, sea dogs are used for rescue mission. Maybe, I don't know whether people drowning and other things to sniff out things in the water. Is Nigeria advancing towards that?
It depends on the terrain and the weather. Yes. Nigeria, we don't have such weathers where we have avalanche, where people get buried under ice and what have you. If we have, maybe we would have developed that. For now, the dogs are very capable. Even the dogs are being used in avalanche. That's where you have people being buried under ice. So you send the dogs to see, and that is why I say we also have the cadaver dogs that will be able to sniff if there's somebody has killed somebody and buried under the ground, or in case where there's a disaster, collapsed building, for instance, and people have died on the ground. We can use these dogs to go and sniff to indicate to us that there is a human being that is being buried under the ground. So each police, I believe, they use as the need arises. If there is that need, of course, we will do that. We have very capable hands. Our dog handlers are very capable, and I'm sure our mounted troopers are also very capable in doing their duties.
Dogs, let's call it, animals are more loyal to their owners. When you talk about, let's use dog can die for its owner. And when you look out in advanced countries, there are men and officers of the force. Whenever they die, they are treated like their welfare is well taken care of. So, as the AIG in charge of animal branch, are this method on the dogs, that the dogs taken care of, very good care of, so that they can give their best services to man?
The Nigerian police is doing very well. The Inspector General of Police is also very passionate about the welfare of force animals. The force animals are being considered as personnel of the force. They have their force number. We allocate force number to them. They have ranks. We also give them ranks. They retire. And sometimes they retire. We can offer them for adoption. There are a lot of things now we are trying to streamline and also reorganize the other ways. So, but absolutely, our dogs are being well taken care of. The force is very passionate about it. That is there. If you look at the police acts and regulations, all the various procedures on how to take care of police animals is being stated there.
Again, for the last time, women and mothers. And when we talk about mothers, they are tactical. They are prone to sniffing out, as in their eyes are very down. Coming up here as the head, what are you promising us that when we talk about fighting crime and criminality with animals, maybe in the next 2 years, things that will come up through?
Absolutely. As I told you earlier, the Inspector General of Police is very passionate. We have a lot of reforms, a lot of things that are coming up in the Force Animal Branch, and with the support of the Inspector General of Police, you will see a lot of things. We are, I'm sure you know that we have also the Canine Breeding Center, which is located in Dede, where now we're trying to also save costs in terms of importing very expensive dogs. Like one dog, we can tell you, is about $15,000, $20. The dollar has gone up, so we are now breeding our own dogs and training our handlers. We are focused on capacity building. At the point we had consultants that came from the United States and have been supporting us. The IG has given us approval severally for us to bring consultants also to work on the capacity of our dog handlers. So I can now tell you that the Nigerian police dog handlers can train right from puppies, where we have imprinters that are able to train these puppies to grow up from socialization so that they are not afraid of the public, socialization in terms of going out. We train them to go out, to know how to go walk on the staircase so that they are not afraid when they grow up. They go to the market, they are not afraid of crowd. From that, we do obedience training, we do agility, we do other criminal work, as well as bite walk, sniffer walk. They all know how to do that. And we have, like now recently, the commandant just sent me a list of dogs that have finished their training and are ready for deployment. We've just deployed to the railways across the Federation. We have deployed to the airport, and we're also going to increase our capacity at the airport. And in terms of the mounted troop, also the IG has also graciously approved the establishment of equine breeding center. It is just the COVID-19 that has actually drawn us back, because he has given approval for us to get some Argentine horses to improve on the breed of horses. Instead of the short ones that we have, we are going to improve so that we can crossbreed and have high quality, high stamina horses that will be able to deploy to very critical areas that needs mounted patrol. So a lot of things are going on. It's just now the issue of the pandemic that has really slowed us a little bit better, a little bit more. But I can assure you that a lot of things are happening or are going to happen very soon in the Force Animal Branch. So that will key into all the programs of the Inspector General of Police to fight crime and criminality.
I saw one thing there, so it's the slogan of this place. It said, "Our dogs are friendly to the law-abiding citizens and fierce on criminals."
Absolutely.
So what do you have to tell them?
Yes, of course, our dogs are friendly
yeah.
to like somebody will look at me and say, "Oh, police is your friend." I say, yes, as long as you are law-abiding. So also our dogs, as long as you are law-abiding, yes, of course, our dogs will not attack you, but of course they are trained to detect and prevent crime.
You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Security Update. To contribute and make inquiry on this program, you can join us on social media handles showing on the screen, or copy the numbers you are seeing on the screen. Up next is our Security Update. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
Welcome to Global Security Update. In what could be described as true to type, impeccable sources have confirmed that ISIS in Africa, ISWAP, have executed about 20 prisoners that had been sentenced to death by the chief judge and his council. The execution took place on Friday, 31st July 2020 at about 10:30 a.m. local time at a location given as Tudun Wulgo, which is close to Sabon Tombo along Lake Chad axis. According to reliable sources, the executions were carried out immediately after Eid al-Kabir prayers at their central mosque in Tudun Wulgo, part of the terrorist hideout. The jihadists had promised to execute about 14 individuals, including some key commanders, on the 31st July 2020. This was after the notorious warlord Amir Babakaka was executed at Kwalaram, close to Kwatan Margi. He was killed on the evening of Sunday, 26 July 2020, along with two of his lieutenants, Amir Muhammad Lawal, aka Abba Lawal, and Amir Musa. It will be recalled that the jihadist leadership had planned to carry out the executions of these individuals at a location that had previously been given as Tumbun Kurna. Meanwhile, the jihadist leadership chaos continues to destabilize the Boko Haram terrorists and ISWAP structure in the Lake Chad region. This was following internal power struggles made worse by the recent sustained land and aerial coordinated offenses against the terrorists by the Nigerian army, commanded by Lieutenant General Tukur Yusufu Buratai, the Chadian army under President Idris Deby, and the regional multinational Joint Task Force troops. The successful offensive were mostly targeted at the jihadist strongholds, particularly in Tumbun, Guinea, have recently been eliminated, forcing a complete overhaul of ISWAP leadership and independent groups turned bandits. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, has thanked the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, for his unflinching support to the Nigerian Army. General Buratai stated that the Nigerian Army had in the past 5 years witnessed rapid development in terms of its equipment holding, infrastructure development, and welfare of troops with the numerous support from the Commander-in-Chief. In a statement sent by Colonel Sagir Musa, the Director of Army Public Relations, the Army Chief insisted that the Army continues to make tremendous successes over Boko Haram, its local and international collaborators, and linked the positive results to the President's unflinching support that the foremost military force may triumph. Police operatives attached to the intelligence response team have arrested 35 suspects across the country for their active involvement and participation in a series of kidnapping, armed robbery, and other heinous crimes across the country. The arrest is sequel to the unrelenting efforts by the force to rid the country of heinous criminals and to get justice for victims of these crimes. Notable among the arrests is a criminally minded pastor, Adetokunbo Adenopo, male of 52 years, founder of General Overseer of New Life Ministries, Lukosi, in Shagamu area of Ogun State, and 3 other members of his criminal gang, namely Chigozie Williams, 22, native of Umuahia North, native of Umuahia North, Abia State; Ugodi Linus, 30, native of Ifite Mbise, a native of Ezanifite Mbise in Imo State; and Emmanuel Chris Ani, 27, native of Aniri in Enugu State, all responsible for the kidnap for ransom of one Jonathan Ekpo, male, 35, from Benue State. Curiously, the pastor told the police operatives that he embarked on the crime for the expansion of his church and charity works. The victim, an employee of a logistic company, was kidnapped on 17 July 2020 while on official duty to deliver goods in Shagamu, Ogun State. The victim was kept in an underground cabin inside the pastor's church building in the Ogijo town, Ogun State, by his abductors, who demanded the payment of 20 million naira ransom as a condition for his release. He was subsequently rescued and hurt 9 days after and reunited with his family by police. Similarly, the police also arrested one Udodiri Bright, aka Ability, male, 30 years old, native of Osuachara village, Isiala Mbano local government area of Imo State, and 3 others, Ekuru Shedrak, aka Escobar, male, 26, native of Arondi Zok village in Okigwe local government of Imo State; Chimerie Igwe, aka For Real, male, 30 years old, native of Umucheke village in Olu local government of Imo State; and Chibuike Sunday, 28 years old, from Arondi Zogu of Imo State. They were arrested on 5th of July 2020 for the abduction and killing of a Nigerian U.S. soldier, Chuks Okebata, who came into Nigeria for holidays in his hometown, Okigwe, Imo State, in 2017. The suspects, who are one of the foremost kidnapping groups terrorizing the southeastern part of the country, were arrested 31 months after, following intensive manhunt by the police. That's all on Global Security Updates.
Pets are man's companion, as they also protect their owners. Why not try to have one today to safeguard you? Be security conscious. If you see something, say something. On this note is bye from here till next week.